$60 grand on microphones for them to not allow me to fall asleep in my chair and not be picked up.
Yeah, and be sort of willy-nilly all over the place.
Yeah, for me to sit like a hyper kid.
Yeah.
Like in the principal's office.
Leaning back and forth.
Yeah. Guys, what's up?
We're back.
We're so back.
Hope y'all have been choosing Deen over Dunya all week.
What is that?
Have you not seen that?
No, I see it as Islamic and I skip it every time. And that's real.
It's this it's like a music video that this ginger white wigger British guy
who's Muslim
right. did.
Many such cases.
He's just like walking through the street being like, I choose Deen over Dunya.
What is that? What is Deen and Dunya?
I have no clue. But he's just kind of doing like sort of bad talk. Shit's all, well, whatever.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's just sort of like sort of talk rapping, like white guy talk rapping.
Like Lin-Manuel Miranda stuff?
Like, I choose Deen over Dunya. Like, I follow the Quran, live by the Sunnah.
Good.
I choose Deen over Dunya. Fear of Allah. It's called taqwa. And he's like kind of a gangly, kind of gross-looking ginger guy with a bad ginger guy beard.
But he
weird,
probably
like,
no mustache?
Head wrap thing, no mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's has anyone ever told those guys they look really weird?
I don't know.
Has anyone ever told like overweight gingers that they look weird when they become Islamic?
But I will say it's been kind of stuck in my head.
Deen over Dunya?
Deen over Dunya. But I don't know what it means. I assume Deen is like being Muslim.
And Dunya is like an age of consent higher than like 7?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not interested.
I'm not interested in that, mate.
I wouldn't be too interested in that, I don't think.
I don't think that's for me, mate. I think Islam is for me, mate.
Yeah, I'm definitely more into like Harry Potter style British people.
They should have... I hope in the new Harry Potter show they have big, disgusting ginger Muslims.
Yeah, I hope that Harry Potter is played by a ginger Muslim guy.
That'd be really good. That'd be awesome. Yeah. That'd be Mr. Potter.
Mr. Potter, you're acting very Dunya.
Mr. Potter, this is the 3rd time this week you've interrupted class to pray to the east. If you continue praying during my class, you will be expelled. You can't do this to me,
you can't
Snape.
Fucking do this
You
to
cannot
me.
do this. You can't interrupt my praising of the Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him.
I have to pray to Mecca.
Peace be upon him.
Peace be upon him. Snape, and also Snape is going to be a black guy.
Right, so that would be good.
So
that'd be funny.
You can be like, hey, yo, Potter. Hey, yo, Potter, what you doing?
Get your cracker ass off the ground. Get your ass at your desk. Listen to the lesson.
That would be, I think, probably the proper modern British adaptation.
Well, the proper
black guy yelling at a white Muslim.
And then it's one episode long, and it ends with a huge stabbing.
Yes.
Someone drives a car through Hogwarts.
Yeah, or the one sensitive white Hogwarts guy stabs a girl for no reason.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I watched that Adolescence show. Have you heard about this?
I've heard about it. You watched it?
I did, yeah.
Is it good?
Not really.
I would assume, and you know why? And I don't think, and I knew it wasn't going to be good. Now, for any like modern political reasons,
yeah.
But because it's a show in 2025,
yeah. I mean, it's like apparently there's some like race angle.
Well, I
think
it's
based on a black guy stabbing somebody, but they cast a white guy. I don't really know about that.
Right.
I know that is like typical Netflix,
of course. Yeah.
But it's kind of like every episode is a one-er.
That's the thing?
Yeah.
That's not even like cool anymore.
I'm tired of one-ers, okay?
Yeah.
Can I say that? I'm sick of it.
I think they were done with Birdman. That was the last like cool one.
Yeah, and it's just at this point it just seems kind of like a gimmick.
Yeah, because it's
honestly
not,
kind of like shot on film is.
Yeah.
Where, and like I get that it's like it looks better in some ways.
Yeah.
But I'll keep seeing like, oh, it's shot on film, and like I wouldn't know.
That wouldn't make that doesn't make your
exactly the same.
It doesn't make it more like watchable usually.
It's still dog shit.
The only guy where that's like like Tarantino only shoots on film. And it's like, yeah, well, his movies like look fantastic.
Yeah, and like
that's because Robert
ones
Richardson is a really good cinematographer.
on film. Like, old movies do look better in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, and they age
But
better.
I feel like sometimes I'll hear something shot on film, and it's like, well, then you color graded it to be gray and blue.
Or your compositions were like never interesting anyway,
But yeah, this one, it's like 4 episodes of like, it's just one shot.
Right.
And it's like a sensitive young white guy stabs a girl for some reason.
Right.
And then like, it's all, his like teachers freaking out being like, he took the red pill.
Oh, really?
The red pill is a call to action from the manosphere.
That's true. And you guys all
True,
listening know that. You know it's a call to action to do. You know what to do. And as a Red Pill podcast, let's just look the audience in the eyes.
So real.
Let them know you know what to do.
You know what to do.
You know what you're supposed to do.
Don't let a bitch talk to you like that.
If your teacher tries to say, "Oh, do you watch volatile content?" You should already have her by the collar of her little suit jacket.
Yeah.
And even if you're in elementary school, push her up against the wall and say, "You don't ever fucking talk to me like that again."
I mean, that is like episode 3. The whole thing is him having like a talk with like a counselor,
right?
Kind of like a mousy brunette female counselor.
Okay.
Who he like yells at.
That's funny.
And it's like, man, this is the modern male experience for a young lad, I imagine.
Screaming at your yeah. I had a cool counselor in high school. Or he's not even in high school, is it? This is like
had counselors.
No?
I don't think so.
I had a cool one. Well, it was like the like music teacher who would double as like a counselor whenever like a girl broke up with her boyfriend or whatever. But one time I was drunk at school and one of the teachers caught me and sent me to the counselor's office, and I was like, won't happen again. She was like, I don't want to tell nobody. Just chill. If you'd here for a few hours.
We probably had one. I've always had perfect mental health.
Well, yeah. You only have a problem when you acknowledge it.
Yeah, and I don't acknowledge anything.
I've never had an
ever.
issue in my life because I don't talk about them.
But yeah, I just watched it because I saw, it was rumbling up the discourse.
Right.
And like the British Parliament is all like, we're going to show this in schools. We're all going to watch this show and we're going to make every school child watch it to counter dangerous masculine ideology.
True. So true.
So there are these articles going around about how like social media is really toxic for boys.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, girls are doing great.
Yeah, girls have never gotten like an
girls.
eating disorder from social media or anything like that.
Yeah.
Social media is really good for women, but boys though it's dangerous.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous stuff.
Because with boys, what'll happen to a boy on social media is like sometimes they'll see something that says like, "Hey, if you feel something in your gut is wrong, do something about it."
Yeah.
And you don't want kids acting like that.
No, you don't want. You want boys to be crushed like bugs.
You want them deen or dunya.
Choose deen or dunya right now. Though it is funny how they'll always go after, we were a little soft on the race angle earlier.
Right.
But how they'll always talk about like black pill incel ideology.
Right.
But like they'll never talk about rap music. Which is really obviously like
super
has a
bad.
Giant pile of bodies directly linked to it.
Yeah, dude.
They'll be like,
straight up,
watching Andrew Tate will make you kill somebody, but this like rapper, young baby killer, who has his famous song, I love killing babies.
Yeah.
But they would never ever touch that with a 10-foot pole.
No. Oh my God, because it does have an effect. Like it does. It has such a legit humongous effect. It's
like I'm not really much of a pearl clutcher.
No,
but a lot of that stuff, like I'd have friends who would show me like, oh, there's all these cool 15-year-olds in Jacksonville, and they're in 2 groups, and they all kill each other.
Yeah, and then make music about killing each other.
And it's like, good, wow, cool,
sick.
And for that shit, they'll have this like, oh yeah, I mean, it actually shows how these, disenfranchised youth are processing like the war in Iraq.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they'll be like, oh man, another guy OD'd, gone too soon. And you look at every song and it's like, every song is called like, God, I love fentanyl.
Yeah.
Like, all right. Fentanyl's so awesome and has no drawbacks. And it's like, okay. Well,
Yeah, God, I love taking random pill.
I love finding pills on the floor at McDonald's and taking them in my friend's Acura.
Yeah, but
You got to watch out for those red pill ideologies, though. You do have to be careful.
yeah, you don't want to be taking the red pill.
It's certainly not the black pill.
And you definitely don't want to be Googling black pill incel ideology.
No, you don't want to. Definitely do not Google black pill incel ideology. Like a mom Googling that. If you Google that, you'll just find articles about why it's bad. You won't actually find anything.
Yeah, you got to go to Yandex if you want to find the real shit.
Yeah, you got to go watch those classic videos from Eggy.
Well, the other day I was trying to make, I think a pretty funny tweet.
Mm-hmm.
Where what I ended up tweeting was like boys trip to Cabo with my bros Harvey, Woody, and Jared.
Yeah.
And I had Harvey and Woody, and I was like, who's another famous Jewish guy, like sex criminal?
Yeah.
And I didn't have one off the dome.
Seinfeld.
So I Googled like Jewish sex criminal.
Right.
And I got the like, there's not many results for this. And I was like,
okay, Google.
and I was like, okay.
Okay.
So I just searched like celebrity sex criminal and instantly got a
ton of Jewish people.
instantly my problem was solved. Jared Fogle, bing bang boom.
Done. Oh, that's kind of a rarity. I don't know, Google being like, not much. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
if you had to,
It was literally, there were no search results.
that's so funny.
and it was just the like, I don't know if we can really find anything for this, man.
It's a little anti-Semitic that you're even checking, dude. Google says, "Yikes, dude."
Yeah, and it's like,
Yikes!
I know
Have you
the
tried being a
information's
decent
out
human
there.
being?
Yeah, I should have just asked Grok,
You should ask Reddit.
Go
on, or am I the asshole for trying to Google famous Jewish sex criminals?
Yeah, I'm just trying to make a funny post here, and I can't. There's not enough that I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Post on our shower thoughts. Oh, I just thought about this. Kind of weird how every celebrity is like a sex criminal, and a lot of them are Jewish.
Yeah.
Post that, guys. Leave a post on our shower thoughts. Ever think about that? Ever think about how Hollywood is actually just sort of like a large, like child sex club, and it's really not about the movies at all?
Yeah, but I mean, I've forgiven Harvey and Woody.
Right.
Jared, not so. He's got to like do some penance, maybe.
Yeah, he's got to make Quiznos great again.
But Harvey, I think, like for the greater good,
Yeah.
free the man. We need him yelling at directors again.
Yeah, we need him like screening scripts straight up. Because Brandon and I just tried to watch The Electric State the other night.
Oh, I also tried to watch that.
How long did you make it in?
They made it to like the mall, which I'd say is probably 30-40 minutes in.
Okay, I think that's further than me.
It's like they go into that like robot zone.
Oh, I think I was right before that.
And then they go to the mall where there's the peanut.
Oh, okay. I made it to when they were in Chris Pratt's little like warehouse thing.
Yeah, it's like maybe 10 or 15 minutes after that.
Man. Okay, what's the deal with that Millie Bobby Brown girl?
Like, why does she look 50?
Well, like who? Like, does she only make movies on Netflix?
I don't know.
Does she do anything in theaters, or like is she?
I've only ever seen her on the like couple episodes of Stranger Things I watched before I did a. I
think this is a little gay.
I'm all right.
This is a little bit gay. Yeah, what's her like? I don't think I've ever seen her in like a theatrical. I'm probably wrong, but like, is her swag just like she makes like infinite money off like Netflix slop?
I'm sure she's been in stuff. I could only tell you this in Stranger Things.
Yeah,
but I just watched this one because I saw they spent $300 million on it.
Yeah,
and I was just like, I don't get. Netflix's business model is
I don't get
it. It's some sort of J-ish trick. I don't think there's any other way to square that circle.
It has to be Israeli money magic.
Because there's no way it's viable for them to spend $300 million on a movie.
That
And also a movie, as soon as I just saw the poster,
Yeah.
and I saw that it was like based off, it wasn't even like some like illustrated novel by some Swedish guy or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, just from the poster, I was like, there's no way that's good.
No.
It looks like dog shit.
Show me one of the robots and I go, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm aight.
And like, spoiler alert,
It stinks.
it stinks.
It's like zero fun. Like Brandon and I were like feeling something like so bad it's good or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just like mega shitty and like kind of funny. And it was just like like Brandon fell asleep and then I was just like, we're not.
Yeah, I was sort of trying to watch it in a similar vein to why I watched Adolescence, just out of sort of like sociological interest.
Yeah.
Of like what's getting $300 million spent on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is just bad.
This is so bad.
And it was one of those ones where like you could have asked me ahead of time and just told me like the vague outline of your idea, and I'd be like, no.
Nah.
I think we're good, bro.
No, we're gonna do another one about how being pregnant is like slavery or something. No, we're gonna do another show about how like being they're like slaves, but they're all pregnant.
And I don't know how long it ran. I felt like there was still quite a bit left to go when I tapped out.
Oh, probably. Because they don't make movies shorter than like 2 hours and 15 minutes now.
That's why we need Harvey back.
Yeah.
He's like, cut it down to 90 minutes.
Make it 86 minutes with credits.
Put a hot woman.
Put some lady that I've fucked in it. Put one of my ex-girlfriends in it.
Yeah.
Is she good at acting?
Good enough. She's good enough.
She's fine. Don't worry about, what are you, gay?
Yeah, and make it 100 minutes long.
Yeah.
A type of movie that just does not exist anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think, yeah. Yeah, there were never, that's done. Just watch The Crow and Time Cop.
Yeah, I downloaded The Crow the other day. I haven't checked it out yet.
Just watch shit like that. Just go back.
Yeah.
There's infinite movies that you haven't seen from the 90s, and they're probably better than what's on Netflix.
It's actually so bleak.
It's crazy.
How just like every form of art is totally dead and gone.
Not gaming.
Well,
Gaming's really good.
If Grand Theft Auto 6 is bad,
I don't even know what makes
there's going to be a spurt of suicides like we've never seen.
I don't even know what makes like games good anymore. I'll be 100% real. It's not graphics, it's not gameplay, I don't know what makes it. I think it's just like a vibe.
I don't know if it's like fun or
You have
something.
fun. Yeah, cuz I can't get like an aggregate opinion on anything really anymore unless it's like unanimous dog shit, you know.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Grand Theft Auto 6, as long as it lets you be a guy who wears a bra, I'm cool.
Yeah.
As long as I can wear a thong that's visible through over like under my jeans, like a whale tail,
Yeah.
as like a big Dominican guy, I'm cool.
And you can go like shoot people on a beach.
Yeah, as long as I can look like long legs and shoot people on the beach, I'm cool. That's all I ever wanted from Grand Theft Auto, is to put like cakey white makeup on my face with lipstick and then stare at couples on the beach and then unload a minigun clip on them.
Well, isn't it in this one you have to be like a Puerto Rican woman and then a Puerto Rican guy?
Puerto Rican guy simulator? Good. Oh.
Yeah.
What's the game about?
Being a Puerto Rican guy who kills people?
Being a muscular, violent Puerto Rican? Ooh.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'll pre-order my copy now.
$300? Sure
Done.
thing.
Oh, shit. A game set in Florida where I can be a violent and oiled up, muscly Puerto Rican? I'm there.
Sold.
You got me.
But yeah, I mean, if it is bad, I think that would be like it's over. It's over.
I think a lot of people would stop playing games.
Yeah.
They'd be like, nah.
What the hell else are they gonna do though?
Elder Scrolls 6. It's gonna be good.
All right, I'll just hold out till Elder Scrolls 6 in 2029.
Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. It's set in Florida. You're a jacked Puerto Rican. They're like,
Yeah, choose your class. Puerto Rican, Cuban, Dominican. It's like, where's the white guy? Where's the white guy?
Normal, and it's a girl. They should have Puerto Ricans in Elder Scrolls.
That'd be sick, yeah.
That'd be so cool. It's like, pick your race. There's like the cat guy, the reptiles, elves, Puerto Rican guy.
Puerto Rican.
He's got like earrings.
Where is Elder Scrolls 6 going to be set?
Gainesville, Florida.
Gainesville.
Or Gainesville, what is that? Gainesville, Georgia. Or is it Florida?
I don't know.
But it's going to be set in one of those like weird southern cities with a lot of rap music and killing.
Right. Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's going to be in Atlanta or
Being
something.
a cat guy in Axlanta.
Being a fucking lizard guy in Atlanta. When you like cast spells, you just read out like Kendrick Lamar lyrics.
Yeah.
I remember you was confused.
I remember.
And then yeah, I don't know where it's going to be set, and I don't care.
Yeah, I've actually never played an Elder Scrolls game.
Oh, they're fun.
Shocking confession on our Gamercast.
Oblivion's cool. So it's a fun one.
Maybe I should check them out.
It's one of those games that has like it's like really pleasant.
Yeah. I know everybody likes them.
Yeah, Morrowind was cool. Oblivion's neat. Skyrim's fun. They're very like comfy. They're very like Death Stranding coded.
I've never played that either.
Well, I think I've said this before, but like all Bethesda games do they just sort of feel like a Gary's Mod thing?
Right. You can like pick up boxes and stuff.
Yeah, and like I don't know, nothing like you'll do quests and like kind of nothing around you ever really changes.
Right.
It's just sort of weird like it's like almost basically text progression. Where someone's like, you'll do like a chain of quests, and someone will be like, "Thanks, man, you're the boss of us now," and it's like, the whole world is unmoved by what you've done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do like 6 quests for a group of people, and they're like, "Do you want to just be our boss?" And you're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I'll be your boss.
And then they give you like the boss hat, and then you have like this usually ugly ass hat.
It's like literally a special hat you have.
Yeah, they'll give you like
the leader of the Thieves Guild. Or whatever.
They'll give you like a sword or a knife or like a shirt that's like Thieves Guild boss shirt. And then you just kind of like get all this stuff, and then you go to the store, and they're like, "What do you want?" And you're like, "I don't know, melons." they're
like a big bushel of melons, I guess.
I don't know. Can I sell you like a bunch of like hammers for melons? They're like, I don't know. There's something really charming about them.
Yeah,
they're like fun to explore, but there's just something weirdly that you feel like you like kind of like don't exist.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. There's something like it's hard to explain, I guess, but yeah, it's just sort of it's not like other like games where you feel like in Grand Theft Auto or whatever, like you feel like you're just another like bug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just doing bug guy shit.
Bug who drives fast.
Yeah, and you like hit other bugs with your car.
Yeah.
But there's something particular about Skyrim where it's like this weird like it feels like a big like the whole thing is like an escape room.
Okay.
Where everyone's in the same breath like waiting for you. I might be talking out of my. I'm literally rambling and saying nothing, and probably someone's listening to this being like, "Shut the fuck up! Shut up!"
This is Skyrim cast, guys.
You're fucking so wrong, and I want to kill you.
Wrong about Skyrim.
Yeah, but they're like
Take boys.
Yeah,
Skyrim's actually a power fantasy that meditates upon capitalism.
It is that like you'll get like like a sword that like people look at and they die or whatever, but then in the same breath like the like city cops will still be like, we should try to fight that guy because he stole a bread.
Right.
And it's like it's funny, but it's all I don't know. I'm not articulating myself well, but they're fun games.
Yeah. But I mean, boy, if that and GTA 6 flop,
which let's be real, they probably will.
There's a pretty decent chance they will.
Yeah.
Like in GTA 6, like you won't be allowed to shoot black women or something. It'll just get a little X on your reticle.
Nah.
No.
and they'll look at you and they'll go,
Yeah.
Yeah, in GTA 6 you'll have to, there'll be a little meter and like every like 6 minutes you'll have to go find somewhere to pee.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be cutting edge survival mechanics where you have to shit and piss, and then like
You have to shit somewhere. You have to stop at like some Florida gas station every like 12 kilometers to shit or piss.
Yeah,
because you ate slop burger.
so stop at a Buc-ee's.
Yeah, and I feel like
Get some fudge.
you get fudge and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's a very real possibility that they'll be terrible.
I mean, I feel like GTA's premise is so strong that they kind of have to go out of their way to make it bad, but there's like a decent chance that they have done.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Same thing with Elder Scrolls 6. It's like Starfield was like pretty underwhelming.
People seem to not like it.
No, and I get it. I totally understand. I'm not a huge fan of it either. I put a good amount of time into it, and it's the same thing. It just feels very like you don't like nothing really. It's just a weird experience. It's it's very hard to articulate, but it's like kind of nothing matters, but except you. But even you don't really matter. I think it stems from like a fear. They have like a root fear of like the player missing out on anything,
right?
So they don't want to like penalize you for doing anything because they don't want you to miss. Like, so if you're evil, like an evil guy who like steals everything, no one is going to have an issue with that. That might lock you out of something else.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like a lot of other stuff will be like, if you're like a dickhead here, someone will be like, yeah, I heard you did that. Fuck you.
Right.
I don't want to hire you for this or whatever, you know?
And I mean, I feel like those ones are supposed to be games people are still playing Skyrim.
Yeah.
Right.
But
so they're supposed to be ones you like play, just for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Well, Skyrim.
That's who I am now. I'm a Skyrim guy.
I sign in, I open my modded Skyrim that has like cow women that are getting milked.
I spend 8 hours adjusting my mods
so that I can. I literally saw someone posted a screenshot of a Skyrim mod the other day that was it adds a hotkey under your keyboard that you can press to suck any NPC's breasts. Like that's what guys are up to in Skyrim right now.
Yeah,
like
15 years later,
like sucking titties.
Todd, why did you not think of this?
He's such an idiot, dude. You should be able
freaking jackass.
You should be able to suck titties.
Yeah, but I mean, if they don't start making games good, us gamer guys are just gonna have to keep investing ourselves in politics.
We're gonna have to start getting into poetry. We're gonna be in places you've never seen us, pal.
Yeah,
we're gonna start doing stuff you wouldn't even think we could do. We're gonna
start taking over poetry readings. This poem is called Halo 2.
This poem is called "What the Hell Happened to XCOM." It was with my white eyes I realized that true lies had been told and proselytized upon my favorite franchise. XCOM. Excommunicate yourself from my Steam library. Excommunicate yourself from my life. I gave you all my time. You gave me...
Where is number 3? It was so set up for number 3. Terror from the deep.
Where's number 3? I feel like you've cheated me.
Making this Marvel bullshit. I looked at it. I said, this ain't it.
I feel like you've cheated me. Now I'm into poetry.
Thank you.
Thank you. So it's like
listen, nobody wants to see that.
Nobody wants that. You have to give gamers good games because they'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh, guess what? Oh, games are bad? Guess what? I work at a daycare now. Oh my God.
All right, fine. I guess I'll get into being a daycare guy.
Guess what? I work at a daycare. And yeah, I'm racist. Oh, games are bad? Uh-oh. I'm saying uh-oh for you because I'm getting a job at a daycare.
Yeah. I'm going to teach your kids words that you've never even heard.
Brother, I can smell the difference between a Pakistani and a Bangladeshi kid. And I'll teach them both what that difference is. Oh, games are bad? Uh-oh. Me and all my friends decided to work for public transport. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Looks like we're in charge of when you get to work now. Uh-oh.
Yeah, because the last thing you want is gamers on the streets.
No, man. I feel like
These
last
are guys with perfect reflexes.
Yeah.
Infinite patience.
Truly.
Guys who've been molded doing the most difficult tasks.
Boss fights, raids, grinding.
They can easily coordinate 40 plus.
Very easily. And also, like, well, I feel like the last 15 years can be categorized by people like testing what happens when you destroy certain containment zones.
Yeah.
And it's never good.
No.
You don't want, like, containment zones, yeah, it's like you look at like the zone in like Stalker and it's like that's horrible, but it's necessary to contain what is inside of it.
Are the artifacts.
You might not enjoy looking at it from the outside.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's way worse if that's your whole world.
Well, I haven't looked into it, but I've seen a couple things saying apparently like Dungeons and Dragons is falling apart. And that's a containment zone we want to maintain.
You want to maintain that.
We do not need D&D people all over the place.
No. You don't need brother.
We saw what happened when Tumblr fell apart. Literally like civilizational level catastrophe.
Yeah. When Tumblr said no more porn. No more porn on the website. And what you remember what happened?
Yeah, chaos.
Things got ugly fast. Things got porny everywhere else fast.
Yeah.
Things got real porny real fast everywhere else.
Right.
You need, it's gross that there's a whole website for like weird gooner freaks to post GIFs of porn.
Yeah.
Guess what?
They're going to do it somewhere.
I'd rather they do it there than Twitter in my replies for some reason.
Yeah.
You know? You need your containment zones for certain things.
Definitely.
We need D&D to be good because we don't want the guy who's we don't want the guy who's got the idea of a cyclops that's a fucking pirate that's also in a wheelchair at any other place.
Right.
You don't want that guy.
Yeah, we need our zones to like scoop everybody up.
Yeah.
Keep everyone else safe.
Yes. You need your racist podcasts to keep your most like buff and dangerous guys sort of satiated.
Yeah.
And at peace.
It's the only way to keep their katanas dry.
Yeah. Look, buddy, you see that sun outside? You enjoy frolicking under it? You start destroying racist podcasts, you're going to be fighting in the shade.
Of my arrows.
Of our arrows. And guess what? By arrows, I mean we're going to be saying slurs in places you don't want us saying them.
As the famous saying goes, you'll be fighting in the shade of my arrows.
In the shade of my arrows, I'll be shooting at you. And there'll be a lot. So
With
much.
my compound bow that I haven't really got to use much recently, but maybe I'll give it a whirl.
Now that I don't have Chromeboy's podcast to listen to, I guess I can test it now.
Guess I can get back into archery.
Good. You want me at the lanes, don't you? I'm normal. And I won't do a joke where I aim it at someone's head. I promise.
Sorry, I gotta take a piss.
All right.
Can you filibuster for a couple minutes?
Probably. Yeah. I can filibuster. Let's see what I have in my notes. I got some stuff I've been meaning to share with the guys anyway. Let's see. Okay, let's think about this, guys. Well, Hugh Pease, I was thinking about a new type of Vietnamese guy. It feels weird to pitch a guy with no one here, but you'll have to reply in your car or in your headphones on the train or at the bus stop, just out loud. Just go ahead and do it. When I start riffing, just riff along with me outside. And if anyone looks at you weird, just make sure that you let them know that if you fuck with me and what I'm doing right now, it's going to end really bad for you. If you try to interrupt me riffing along with my podcast, it's going to end bad. You know what? If there's someone around you right now and you're listening in a public setting, offer someone a headphone and say, hey, dude, check this out. Is someone listening? Hey, stranger. Did you know that 60% of Muslims in England are... No, I'm just kidding. The new type of Vietnamese guy I was thinking of. It feels strange to do this alone, but it's a guy who he's like... It's a guy who just came from Vietnam, and he's unfamiliar with like what like the value of things are in North America, and so he's trying to buy a car, and so perfect. just in time. I was pitching a new guy.
Oh, okay.
I had the guys do a little. I told the guys if they're listening in public to put an earphone in a stranger's ear, and then I read some cool stats to the stranger.
Oh, okay.
But here's the new guy. It's a Vietnamese guy who just got to North America, and he's unfamiliar with like how much money things are.
Okay.
So he's like, he thinks like 1,000 is like a ton.
Right.
And so he's going to like get a car because he needs a car. And they're like, all right, Mr. Dong. We'll need
Dong Chu.
we'll need $1,000 down payment on the car. And he goes, what you do to me, man? $1,000 ruin me, dude.
Where I get $1,000, man?
You mean, man? That ruined me, dude. $1,000. Holy shit.
How about I give you 35?
How about I give you free green onion cake at my job, dude? $1,000 crazy, dude.
You crazy, man?
What the kind of car you think I buy? Freaking Lexus or Mercedes? No, this Toyota.
Freaking Rexus.
This a Toyota, not a Lexus.
Yeah, I mean, Vietnamese guys are probably used to getting like cars for like $30.
Yeah, but it's not a car. It's a dirt bike with a smart car body on it.
But they like pedal and stuff.
That's a car.
Where the one you have to have pedal?
What the car that's like a scooter with a body? What the car you got that's a scooter with a body?
I just need the body of the car and then I walk.
You just give me car body, take the wheels off, man. What the fuck you mean $1,000?
Just put it on my shoulder and I just walk. I just don't want no rain.
My daughter very strong. She pick up car, take it to work. I just need stereo and cover from rain. I put like a full skateboard in the corner. Ride the car to work down a hill.
What you talking about, man?
The fuck you mean $1,000, dude?
I don't got no $1,000.
And he's like really skinny, wearing like a Hawaiian shirt and sandals. What the fuck you mean, man? He's doing that thing Vietnamese guys do where he's always like touching his head and stuff. What the fuck you talking about, dude?
$1,000.
$1,000, man. Oh my god, dude.
I don't got no $1,000.
How about this, dude? How about this? I'll do head for you.
But I suck your dick.
My son look like a girl.
He will touch your penis.
My son will do massage happy ending. Free for life for you. I get the car right today. You come down to my
okay, deal.
My wife Paolo. She run a massage. They do happy ending. You come down anytime you want. Free to 5 minutes. Anytime you want.
Okay, we do deal. I take car.
That's deal. And he spits on his hand. Holds it up. That's deal. Free massage, happy ending for life. That's what you want. You said. It's like he's talking really loud. Everyone in the dealership's looking. The salesman's like, nah, dude. Hey, shh, chill.
I feel like a lot of car salesmen would take that deal.
Yeah. Oh, probably. Yeah. When I worked at a car dealership, yeah, all of them were like sex tourists.
Yeah, they're all. I feel like your average car dealership guy is like a sex tourist, cocaine addict.
That's literally what they were. Yeah, most of them were. They were either like 19, like Andrew Tate style guys.
Yeah,
where they were literally
guys who have taken the call to action from the manosphere.
Guys who know the mission. Guys who understand the mission and the quest and how we will not sleep until it's. But it was like 19-year-olds who would like literally like I would show up in the morning, and they would play rap music. And like mumble to themselves like, let's fucking get this. Let's fucking get this. Which was like spooky. I was like, whoa. They would do that to make $1,500 a month. I was like, whoa.
Let's fucking get on it, man.
Yeah, like literally before it opens, like hood up, headphones on, like if you had one opportunity, and it's like, let's fucking do this, man. Let's fucking get this.
So they're all just cranking Eminem.
Yeah, and then the other half was like, yeah, like cokehead 31-year-old like sex tourists who would show up at like 11 a.m. And just fucking like scream at old ladies
and sell.
Yeah,
and they'd close.
They would close. Yeah.
Yeah, Rick. Listen, man, I don't have any judgments on his personal life, but he closes.
He fucking closes. Yeah, he's kind of a fag. He's a weird fag with gay shoes, but whatever. He closes, dude. You can't
Does
see
Rick
shit
smell crazy? Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was one like Will Smith black guy who wasn't any of those types. He would just show up with like donuts and he'd be like, what's up? And I bet you his numbers were better than anyone else's. Probably. He's just a really likable guy.
Yeah.
You show up every morning. What kind of donut you want?
Brought donuts.
And I take a sprinkle, and he'd be like, "Man, white people love to sprinkle." I'd be like, "We do."
Right on, brother.
Yeah, we do, ma. Yeah, he was awesome. He was like ripped and just very like, like fucking 8 a.m. He'd go up to old white ladies and just be like, "Yo, looking beautiful. What's up, lady?"
I believe the community calls that code switching.
He was like very black, talking to everybody. Mm-hmm. He was like, well, I don't know, is Will Smith?
But I would guess, this is just a guess, not having met the guy. When he shows up to the car dealership, he's all like, I got donuts.
Yeah.
And then he goes home. He's like, man, fuck these fucking white people.
Yeah, probably.
These white people trying to kill me.
Probably. It's probably hell, actually, working with a bunch of like white sex tourist cokehead freaks. It probably sucks. Yeah, he probably was. But he was a really nice guy. Yeah. He's a sick dude.
He's got to move them Kias.
Yeah, we were selling Chevrolets. Yeah. We were selling like Corvettes. Yeah. It was just trucks. It was just Silverados.
Just trucks.
Basically. Oh. That's all anyone. It was like Corvettes and Silverados. Mm-hmm. Like old guys would come in and look at the new Corvettes. Yeah. And they'd be like, "Oh, you like that?" And they're like, "Yeah, I got one at home, but it's 3 years old." And they'd be like, "Well, if you buy this one, we'll throw the jacket in for free." And they'd be like, "Really?
Do you get a jacket when you buy a Corvette?"
Yeah, it's fucking worth. They're about to make like fucking so much money off you, bro. Of course. Yeah, you get the jacket. You can get whatever you want. You can fucking take a toilet out of the dealership. They'll take if you're gonna buy a Corvette. You know?
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. When I did the old guys would just come in and basically what they would always say is like if you see them like browsing the hats and jackets, they're pretty ready to buy a car.
They're ready to buy a Corvette.
So guys would just go and be like, those are free if you buy the car, and they're like, "Really?
Oh, really?"
Yeah,
they're cool Corvette like racing jackets.
Yeah, it's like a $12 Taiwanese jacket that has a Corvette logo on the back. And they're like, "Those are free, right?" And they're like, "Really? You can just give those away?" And it's like, "Yeah, we're not making fucking so much money off you right now."
I mean, probably a car only costs like $1,000 to make or something.
Probably.
Well, probably maybe more.
I mean, with like engineering costs and stuff and like designing, I would imagine like the designing of it takes a lot more of the time and money than the actual like assembly.
But I know they sell them like crazy cheap in like the third world.
Oh yeah, brother!
You can get those little like Toyota trucks that are like $15,000 or something.
Yeah, the Hilux or something. Yeah, those are cool. The $10,000 Toyota pickup.
They're a good car to like mount a machine gun on the back of, and
or like keep like a bunch of cages of chickens. It's a great truck for hauling
a big pile of chicken cage.
Really good truck for hauling a bunch of chickens and lizards, or putting a machine gun on the roof. It's really good for all third world needs. Yeah. Sex trafficking to fighting the cops with Call of Duty weapons.
You can fit at least 8 ladies in there.
Yeah, like third world car dealership. Yeah. This thing, man, look, the roof, dude, you can mount 2 guns. In the back, you can fit like a 15 chicken or like a 3 of those women. No problem.
You can easily put like, 2 guns and still have probably like 8 chickens.
You could probably, dude, if you were to put like a 65 kilo cocaine in the back and then hide it with barrel, that would be all good, dude. No one would even know nothing, dude. And also in the glove box, you could fit 1 pistol, 15 mag. 15 magazine pistol with it, dude.
You can fit so many fucking chicken in this thing.
This and Mr. Kwan, how does it perform on pavement? No idea, dude. Never driven any car on pavement ever.
Probably not good.
Probably bad, dude. Every car here been just totally bagged on hills and sand, dude.
Mostly drive on sand and sometimes mud.
Sometimes when it's flooding, this thing do pretty good. When the old village flooding, this thing do pretty good. Get to 20, 30 feet before the engine stop.
How much do you think we need to be making on Patreon before we could live like kings in Thailand?
If the guys I worked construction with are any baseline, it's probably like $5,000 a month.
$5,000 a month?
Yeah.
Seems like a lot.
I think that's about like, those guys had like houses in like Mexico or fucking Trinidad or Cameroon. Yeah, and they would all work like 6 months of construction in Canada and then go make probably like $55,000 to $60,000 and then go and live like steak and lobster every night.
Okay.
like beachfront property.
Well, there's probably even cheaper places in Mexico.
Oh yeah, beachfront property. Sure, there's like a scorpion all the time in your house, and like there's no windows. Like everything's like you can just walk in, but it's like living la vida loca, you know.
I mean, maybe if games don't get good, maybe I'll just become a sex tourist.
I think it would be
live
funny.
off my 100 USD a month.
I think if the show does good, it would be funny to do a trip to like China.
Yeah.
And record an episode or two from China. I think that'd be funny.
Yeah.
We should go to like
or
China.
just like, permanently move to Bangkok.
For the culture.
For a joke.
For joke.
As a joke. I live in Bangkok now.
That's like a big joke. Because every day we post like, haha, wow. Look at all these freaking ladyboys outside my apartment. What a bunch of freaks. In the background, there's like a ladyboy like running out of your picture.
Man, it's so funny how ladyboys look in the morning without their makeup, hey?
You open your cupboard and one like falls out onto your counter. Ow, ow.
Not so pretty now that you're dead.
What? You're just keeping like live ladyboys like folded in your cupboard. You open one and they're like, ow, you let me in here too long.
You could have just made Grand Theft Auto good, man.
But now I have to go to America needs to apologize to Vietnam and Laos and Malaysia, because if games are bad, it's going to look like...
There's going to be a lot of new passport bros.
Let's just say Fortunate Son's going to be playing on the plane ride there, because we're about to drop basically napalm on these countries with atrocious...
All of our fattest, baldest men.
Just fucking... A plane full of Norwood 9s. All fucking 55 BMI.
Yeah.
Well...
Don't say you weren't warned.
Hey, don't say we didn't give you a heads up.
Yeah.
Speaking of that type of guy, I was at the store today and I saw literally one of the crazy... I forget, like, this was the most extreme case of, like badass boomer I'd ever seen.
Oh, okay.
You know the type? The guys... It's like the older guy on Facebook who's like...
Is this like the if you talk to my wife I'll kill you because I'm forklift certified kind of guy?
Yeah, it was like that. I think that's like one step. That's like 1 degree like too old.
Okay.
This guy was like probably like late 40s.
Okay.
But it's that phenotype that's like the worst thing you could do is make an enemy of me.
Oh, okay.
you know that type. And I was at Canadian Tire.
What did he do to like present himself as such?
Bro. The way this guy was dressed was literally okay, so he was wearing a hoodie like me. Okay. But it was one of those print all over hoodies.
Oh God.
Where guess what was printed?
I don't even know.
It was a Fireball liquor print all over hoodie.
Sorry, what fire? Oh, like
the cinnamon liquor.
So
he was wearing a print all over Fireball liquor hoodie with like one of the most hideous hoodies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Then he's wearing jeans that I don't even know where you buy them, but they were like skinny jeans with like they were skinny distressed jeans that had like text, like kind of like paint markered all over them that said like fuck off. Don't talk to me. And
Jesus.
They were like crazy. And then he was wearing these like black shoes with blue skulls all over them. They were like, that's cool. They were like black like sneakers with like blue skulls all over them, dude. And he was sitting there. Dude, so he's at the customer service desk. I was at the self checkout, and
this is like a grocery store.
A Canadian Tire.
Oh, okay.
I was buying batteries for my gas wireless mouse, and so I was just watching this guy the whole time. I was like checked out for like 5 minutes, just fucking taking in this guy who was trying to return like a toilet snake. Like one of those,
he's trying to return a toilet snake.
Yeah,
you gotta just take your lumps with the toilet. It's all covered in shit.
He was trying to return it. He claimed he didn't use it, and he was like, "It's the wrong one." And then the lady at the counter, who was fucking 109 years old, was like, "This is clearly used." She was like, "Best I can do is store credit. You clearly used this." And he was like, what do you mean? Like, I want my money back.
Didn't you read my pants?
He was like, I want my money back. And she was like, well, yeah, but we like, she kept being like, we can't sell this again. Like, you clearly used
I can
it.
see your shit on it, sir.
She was like, it's all the way open, like clearly. And he was like, well, I didn't use it. And she's like, well, someone did. And we can't take it back. Like, this lady was handling it like a champ.
That's the most like abominable broke-ass motherfucker behavior I've ever heard of. You buy the toilet snake, declog your shitty poop-filled drains, and then try and return it.
Yeah, and she kept just being like, well, okay, I don't know. She's like, sir, I'm not saying you used it.
Yeah.
But clearly it's been used.
You should have walked by and been like, wee, wee, broke motherfucker alert.
But then the best part is that, dude, his phone goes off.
Okay.
You're never going to guess what his ringtone was.
I don't even know.
It's, okay. So first of all, it's from like these like cooked Android speakers. like nuked speakers. So it sounds fucking crazy. And it's like a dubstep song. But then over top of the dubstep song is not like a line from the movie, but it's like someone, it's clearly not from the movie, but it's someone doing a Joker voice.
Oh no. Oh no.
And it's like, let's put a smile on that face.
Oh my god.
And he let it ring the whole, like he didn't answer it. He didn't mute the phone. And it was like, why so serious? As he's
Like,
yelling. Yeah, it was like, why so serious? And he's not answering the phone and not muting it. I was literally like bent over laughing, like crying alone at Canadian Tire at the just fucking state of this guy. I was like, oh my God.
Oh wow. Holy fuck.
I couldn't believe like how I was like, holy shit, dude. Like everything you're doing is so fucked up.
There's levels to that.
Yeah.
Because
like,
just trying to return a toilet snake,
brutal.
that's one of those things where like you buy some underpants and you shit your pants and you try to go to Walmart.
Yeah.
With like
It's trying to return used diapers.
Yeah.
They didn't
it's
fit
like,
my baby.
I bought these in a 4-pack and this one I never even wore, but I'd like my money back.
Yeah.
And there's just like
poo in them.
a big giant brown stain and bugs flying all around.
Yeah. And like
and then your Joker ringtone goes up.
And your whole outfit and like he literally on it was like the crazy, he had like a Norwood like 7 or 8.
Oh wow.
With like ginger hair coming off the sides, like kind of like Louis C.K. hair.
Okay.
And then he had like a full tattoo sleeve of like guitars. I was like, oh, because he had his hoodie, but he had the sleeves like rolled up.
So to show off his guitar tattoo,
badass guitar tattoos. I was like, holy shit, dude! Like
that's like the most like just fuck my shit up fam guy.
It was the most like Brendan Fraser crying eyes guy I've ever seen, bro. Like, I was like, oh my God.
Some people are like, imagine being that guy.
Yeah. Well, dude, I've worked with that guy a bunch.
Oh,
and that's the guy who's like, everything in my life sucks and it's not my fault. It's like, well, get the Fireball hoodie off first. We'll start there. We'll just get you a white shirt.
Yeah, and some like pants that are
normal.
Just pants.
Just gonna get you some fucking bootcut jeans from the Gap.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that guy goes around being like, man, why doesn't anybody respect me?
Yeah.
Let me put on my Fireball hoodie and my pants that say like, fuck you, I'll kill you.
Yeah, I'll kill you. Real rapist alert. Like, and it's like the kind of guy you look at and you're like, I know your house is fucking filthy.
That's a tire in the master bedroom ass motherfucker.
That's a house full of dogs.
Yeah.
That's a guy with a house full of dogs. And yeah, probably a
just trying to return a toilet snake.
Yeah,
is like mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, and it was like I had the day off today, so it was at like 1 p.m. on a Monday.
Well, he doesn't have anywhere to be.
I have a feeling he probably makes so much money in construction seasonally.
That could be, yeah.
That's my theory, is he has some like another like just fuck my shit up truck in the parking lot that like screams when you drive it.
Right.
And he's like,
and he goes and makes $80,000 in 2 months a year or something.
Yeah, and doesn't use any of that money to get a phone that isn't like totally fucked. Because it's also like, yeah, the ringtone was crazy, but like the speakers it was coming out of were like nuked, dude. Like,
I mean, I struggle to get past the returning the toilet snake.
Everything.
I think I've discussed it on the show before, but I don't even like people like perceiving me buying toilet paper.
No, yeah.
And that's when it's like fresh and clean.
Yeah.
I still would prefer people not to think about that.
Yeah, and that type of guy also though probably drove to that Canadian Tire from like Devon, Alberta.
Yeah,
because those type of guys always live in small towns.
If he's making a bunch of money on construction,
yeah,
why is he not eating the $8 for the toilet snake that he used?
Because those guys are the most retarded guys you've ever seen on earth with money.
I get he probably has
like
blown it all on custom pants and hoodies.
No, it's straight up. It's like a boat, and then they're like, "I'm gonna put like an elevator in my house." It's like, why?
My house full of tires that I don't clean.
Like these fucking guys are like, "I'm gonna put like car subwoofers in like my bedroom."
And now I'm broke.
Yeah, I hung a motorcycle from the ceiling of my house, and now I don't have any money.
Maybe I can get $15 from returning my shit encrusted toilet snake.
Yeah, like if my experience working with those guys is any indication, it's like no one knows how to fumble a bag more than a like retarded seasonal construction guy.
It's like one time when I was broke as fuck, I had a clogged toilet, and I got some dollar store toilet snakes.
Yeah,
they came in a pack of 2, and the first one I put in just like it broke in half in the toilet, and then the second one also broke when I tried to retrieve the first one. And I did not go and try and get a refund.
No.
With my little handle, like, yeah, the rest of it's in my toilet.
Yeah, it's all covered in poo right now in my toilet. You want to go get it? You want to go get it? Yow?
Yeah,
Yao
coming
Ming?
in with your hands covered in shit.
What you doing? You tell me. You tell me. You wanted to play this game selling cheap little trick products.
Damn, that's crazy.
It was the craziest. I saw it. I was like, I'm so happy we're recording today. Like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, some people are...
But that's the like, do you have the courage to hate the poor thing? Where it's like, man.
Yeah.
That guy is a nightmare. Because I've met that guy a bunch of times, and he sucks. That guy sucks. He's like mega loud. He's not funny, but he thinks he is. And he's like, and probably smells bad.
I would assume so.
Like all those guys have like perpetually like filthy hands, and they think it's like cool. And it's like, nah, like clean yourself.
Yeah, I run into some people and it's like their hands are just like cake. Often it's like homeless people.
Yeah.
Homeless people have some crazy ass hands.
Yeah.
We were talking about homeless people earlier.
We were getting a little excited about the homeless earlier.
But I'll see people and it's like, couldn't you find a puddle to put your hands in, bro?
Just go into the 7-Eleven and wash your hands, dog.
Like, oh, man.
Yeah, people walk around with, like, crusty hands.
Like, I'll see them, and I won't, like, shake their hand or whatever.
No.
But I'll, like, go and wash my hands after.
Yeah.
Just from seeing their horrible caked-up hands.
I'm good, dude.
And, yeah, some construction guys have, like, homeless guy hands.
Yeah, because they think it's, like, cool. They're like, yep, these hands, my hands look like these, so my wife's can look like that, you know? And
yeah, and it's like, bro, you haven't been at work in 2 weeks.
Yeah, also, soap is $1.95 at the dollar store. Just wash your fucking hands, dude. It's not cool. It's disgusting. And
it seems like the more fucked up your hands are, the more you want to go for handshakes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because hey there, hey. And there's guys who love to fucking squeeze the fuck out of your hand too.
Yeah, with their like horrible, dirty ass hand with like cuts all over.
There's a whole generation of, and I'm not trying to shit on them, whatever. Like, there's a whole generation of guys who were like their fathers were like baby boomers.
Yeah.
Who were just give him a firm handshake and just be confident and tell him that you want to work really hard. And like those guys became like what you see on Facebook. Like, dude, you gotta watch out for this hairdresser named Melinda. She is a home wrecker. She'll offer you a free haircut, and then but then she'll wear a low cut shirt on your first appointment, and obviously you're gonna go back. And then when you stare, she'll text your wife.
That is crazy. I was scanning Facebook Marketplace not so long ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's just posts of people.
Yeah, watch out for this woman. She's a home wrecker.
Yeah, watch out for this guy. He was actually dating 3 other girls.
Yeah.
And it's that guy.
It's that guy. Yeah, those guys are always in, and they love, dude, those guys, when I worked with them, they loved thinking that, like, dude, they were the most, like, fucking, I'd love to see a government agent try to come after me for anything. It's like, dude, first of all, let's be real. The only thing the government is coming after you for is alimony.
Yeah.
And you don't pay it.
I mean, that guy, if he was late 40s, I think that's where Gen Xers are at now.
I think so. A lot of them are like crazy. Like that's like the Facebook, like the crazy stuff you see on Facebook, I think is Gen X guys.
Yeah.
They're not older than that generally, and they're definitely not younger than that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess occasionally you see the boomer on Facebook being like, my name is like Winston Jones, and I'm going to assassinate Justin Trudeau with this gun.
Yeah, or like
I live at like 112. Like
or you'll see like a real old guy on Facebook who thinks it's like Messenger, and will just be like, "Good morning, M." You know, like you'll see that.
Yeah.
But like I think it's the Gen X guys who are like they're still on like Facebook drama, and they're like fighting with people.
A certain class of Gen X guy.
The like peasant plebeian class.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
What I believe the noted philosopher Nietzsche would refer to as the slave, the slave caste.
Well, it's that generation of guys who are like, yeah, I work fucking 80 hours a week, and I'm
still broke.
And I'm broke as shit, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Try to put me in an office, dude. I'll fucking rape everyone in there. It's like, dude, stop, man. Like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, I would work with these fucking guys who've like traded their entire lives and their bodies for like a dirty house full of dogs and a wife that fucking straight up hates them. And they're like, I wouldn't have done it any other way. And it's like, you probably should have.
I've been working 80 hours a week for the last 30 years.
Yeah, and how's your pension? It's like the same as a bank employee's. It's like, oh, what? Why?
I've been working 80 hours a week for 30 years, and I'm somehow still on welfare. And also I get benefits.
I've been working 80 hours a week for 30 years, and yeah, that clapped out fucking Silverado from 2002 with a shattered rear window and the black smoke because I had my cat converter stolen. Yeah, that's mine, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
I wouldn't have it any other way, man.
Yeah, I would work with these guys, like, because like ultimately, like when I was working construction, like a lot of it was like they'd be like, oh, do you want to like stay for overtime? And it's like that overtime basically gets deleted with income tax.
Right.
I take home it works out to like an extra like $40 or something.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, nah, man, I'm trying to go home. And then they'd be like, oh, you don't want to work so hard. And it's like, dude, no, I'm not trying to be here fucking 15 hours a day so that I can make an extra like $16 on my check.
In a lot of ways, working hard is kind of for suckers.
I think that was one of like the biggest psyops that the boomers ever like implanted in anyone was the like 80-hour a week thing is like good.
Yeah.
Like do that.
Like I want to work I mean, you know, I'm not successful, so take it for what it's worth.
Yeah.
But I want to work as little as possible.
Well, you should work at like when you're like that old saying of like if you like what you do, you'll never feel like work or whatever. That's true.
Yeah.
Like when you have something you like, you can put infinite time into it and it's like fine. You know what I mean? Like you don't even think about it.
But if it's just some shitty job, like
when you're like totally disposable, like the loyalty to like the companies and stuff is like, dude, these people would fucking kill you if they wanted to.
Yeah, I just want to punch my card, get enough money, so I can pod. It's all to fund the pod dream.
But like, these guys would always just be like, I've put fucking 1 billion hours of work in this year, and it's like, what do you have to show for it? And they're like, well, I'm miserable most of the time, and I get a DUI every year. And it's like, oh man, well I don't want to be like that.
No, I mean, I don't know. Is that the boomer? Was that the boomer mindset? Well, I feel like with the boomers, they actually did get like all of the money. Mm-hmm. I've been feeling a little resentful about boomers the last week.
Well, because that's Mark Carney's voter base.
Yeah. And I've had to
elbows up.
Oh my god.
Elbows up.
Elbows up.
Elbows up, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, it's Mike Myers doing references from 40 years ago.
That's not aimed at us, man.
I know.
That's not for us. They don't care about us.
It's quite literally, it's only references that are like localized to Toronto.
Yes.
And for people who like their brains calcified literally 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Mike Myers hasn't lived in Canada for 40 years.
No, yeah.
And they're doing like Mr. Dress Up and shit that like, I've lived in Canada my whole life. I've missed all of those references, but they're not for me.
You know what they should reference? They should reference getting hepatitis at Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
They should reference getting a poop eater disease at Tim Hortons.
Well, okay, that's the thing. And I've been thinking like, because I had to, or I shouldn't, well, yeah, fuck it. I've been interacting with some extended members of my family recently.
Right.
And like fortunately my parents are boomer cons.
Based.
So they're listening to, based Ben Shapiro.
Yes.
Based Barry Weiss.
Yes.
Based Douglas Murray.
Yes.
Based and Red Pill.
Yes, extremely. Extremely.
But literally could be a lot worse.
Oh, yeah.
But like I feel like a lot of the boomers, like just imagine, if you will, fingers to temples.
Yeah.
A head in a microwave. The microwave is going. It's sort of like, it's flickering and being like a skull and having flesh as it rotates around. Like eyeballs. And like, that's just their mind. Yeah. Because like they be like, yeah, we listen to CBC all day, every day.
Oh, wow. Damn.
Like shit like that. And it's just like, I feel like for a lot of old people, I saw a graph the other day, I think I've seen it before, but it's like boomers have like 70% of all money. Yeah. And like if you have the line graph by generation, it's like boomers have all the money.
Yeah.
Everyone else is broke as fuck.
Yeah.
And all that money is just going to end up in like Carnival Cruise Line. You know what I mean?
It's ending up in India.
And like, yeah.
That money's going to India.
And they're just so dead set on totally destroying the world that they came up in. Yeah. So the rest of us are just gonna be broke as fuck, living in like the slums of Calcutta.
I think we need to let's pitch this to the youngs.
Yeah.
Coming up. Basically, the campaign is we need to extract. It's a race. It's a race, people. You need to be getting that money out of old people before Indians do.
Yeah, basically.
You need to be getting it however you can before Indians can.
Yeah.
I don't care how you do it.
You need to be hitting up your grandparents for loans.
You need to be fucking widows.
Get into the phone scam business, guys.
Literally start buying.
We need white guys doing phone scams.
We need to be keeping that money in Canada, and I don't fucking care how you do it. Fuck widows. Go to the old folks' home and start fucking all of them until you're in their inheritance. Do it. Who cares? Start a business with all the money you make. Whatever. You need to be phone scamming these people. You need to be starting fake lotteries.
Yeah.
Start a fake lottery that's going to support Mark Carney.
But just like, that Mike Myers, Mark Carney, elbows up thing.
Yeah.
It's just like his, you can see it if you look at his, like rallies or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's all like
geezers.
Blue hairs.
Yeah.
And it is now, it's kind of like been inverse, because for a long time it was sort of a truism that like, old people tend to lean right.
Yeah.
And young people are like,
that's flipped.
It's
lately.
totally flipped, especially young men.
Yeah, men, yeah.
But I saw a thing that like a guy who's 20 is like more right wing than a guy who's 70 now.
Jesus.
But it is like if you're like an old person, and listen, obviously not all cases.
Yeah, there are cool old people all over the place.
As like a broad strokes thing,
yeah,
it's like you just have this really cloistered life.
Yeah,
you bought a house for $20,000 in 1970.
Yeah,
it's worth $8 million now,
and you sold it to a Chinese guy who built 4 pods on it instead.
And like you never have to go anywhere.
No,
you don't have to take the bus.
Well, and they get you get good treatment wherever you go.
You have a doctor.
Yeah.
You go to the doctor.
You haven't thought about dental
every month.
Yeah,
just to get checked up,
just to make sure.
Yeah,
and like they don't like where the boomers go. They get treated like when boomers go to the bank. they roll out all the stops.
Well, they have the money.
They do everything. When I go to the bank, dude, when I go to the bank, I'm like, hey, can I just do this one simple thing? And they go, sure, we just have to drag you behind this F-150 for 100 feet before we do anything.
And like, I don't think in like your average person, it's like they consciously think this way, but like the things that have happened recently, just in broad strokes, do benefit those people. Yeah. Because like the infinity immigration, if you own a house, that's own way property. Better. Yeah, it benefits you for like rent to be like to skyrocket. Yeah, because you can rent out your vacation place.
A housing crisis is awesome for a homeowner.
Yeah, and you suppress wages and stuff, so it's like everything's cheaper for you. You know, so it is sort of like a generational conflict that's happening now. Yeah. And I don't think that's the way people like process it. No. Like these people, like they process it in however the fuck like CBC microwaves it into their brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They process it with really, really funny comedy TV shows. Yeah. Guys, I've been looking on CBC Gem. There's some really funny stuff on there.
Yeah. Well, I saw
there's this.
What's the Canadian rant guy? Rick something.
Rick Mercer.
Rick Mercer.
Yeah.
Rick Mercer had such an epic rant about Trump.
Dude, and because I have the CBC Gem app because they have BBC shows on there.
Oh, okay.
And I watch those, but I was looking through. Let me just show you some of the programming that's getting... Okay, this one I saw the trailer for on YouTube and it pissed me right off.
Okay.
It's called Small and Achievable Goals. So
this is a TV show?
This is a comedy television program.
Called Small and Achievable Goals?
Yeah, so it really rolls off the tongue. It's very funny.
It's like a scripted TV show?
Yep. It's like a comedy. It's a sitcom. Small and Achievable Goals. So when you're like telling a friend, it like really rolls off the tongue. Yeah. It's easy. And it's also like, it's a very like... You can just tell by the way it's laid out in the same scale, white sans serif font, where one word is italicized, that it's been really thought about and creative.
What's the gist of this show?
A new comedy following Chris and Julie, two wildly different women on an unpredictable journey of transformation as they battle menopause, midlife, and making a podcast together. Bro. So that's
oh God.
So that's
that was like
that's a CBC God. Gem original.
Wow.
So we thought The Electric State was crazy.
Yeah.
That's a CBC Gem original.
Well, yeah, because I mean Netflix at least has their weird money circulation scheme that somehow works. Yeah. CBC and much of like the arts in Canada is literally just the government paying people to make shit that nobody would ever want to watch.
Yes.
Unless you're too old to know any other channels.
Many such cases. Yeah. You know,
honestly, I don't even think old people are watching this shit.
No.
CBC Gem, I think, is literally a pit where the government puts money for people to make shit that literally no one has any interest in.
Dude, who's
I would guess your average CBC Gem show has listenership in the hundreds. Or viewership in the hundreds.
That's like probably generous.
Like I think if you're a CBC Gem show and you have an average, if your numbers are the same as Chrome Boys podcast,
we've probably blown out a number of their original shows.
There's probably some where it's like 50 people watch it.
Yeah,
and they spent $9 million on it.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing is like, dude, this whole fucking country is it's so gay. That's like people who get like not to be gay, but like if I got a credit on a CBC Gem original show,
yeah,
dude, I wouldn't tell anybody.
Yeah, I'd take my money and run.
I would take my $2,500.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't tell anybody. I would take that to the grave. That I did a role in a show where every joke is I guarantee you, every joke is this.
You just made for our audio listeners, he just made a gay and annoying face. Yeah, so that just happened face.
Are you okay over there?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm on record as being the youngest listener of 880 Chud by probably 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And because every morning when I turn on my car, 880 Chud, ready to roll.
Let's go.
And literally every day, within 5 seconds, they mention Trump.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I kind of have some qualms about the tariff stuff.
Yeah.
But I struggle to get that bent out of shape over it, just because, like, we are so dog shit at running our own country.
Yeah, that's not what's gonna fuck us.
Yeah.
We've been doing bad for like so long since the tariffs.
Yeah, for like decades we've been self-destructing, and
Yeah.
over the last decade at like warp speed. So I struggle to get that bent out of shape over it.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, no, we want to destroy ourselves. You know what I mean?
It's like you can't fire me, I quit. That's what our whole country is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to see Trump tussle with some guys who drink stronger beer than he does.
Drink stronger beer, because we won the hockey game. Elbows up.
Elbows up, people.
It's yeah, two fucking old guys who traverse the world in like telegram tubes, you know, where they never have to go on the street.
Yeah.
And they just blort out of a little tube at some function.
Yeah.
Neither of whom have lived in Canada for the last several decades.
Yeah. Dude,
being like, Canada is actually the best. When Canadian politicians say that Canada is the best country on earth, it's like, surely you don't actually believe that.
There's no way.
Like, Canada at its best has been like a pretty good.
It's been top 15.
All right, but there's no way you can say Canada is the best country on earth.
Yeah. Well,
it's
being
just
Canadian,
obviously not true.
Being Canadian
any
means
metric.
rolling up your sleeves and getting it done, even when everyone says you can't. It's like, no, you know what being Canadian means? It means leaving my apartment and watching 15 Somalians stab an Indian, and then turning around and having a homeless guy 1 inch from my face going, bah! and there's blood coming out of his mouth, and then the cops show up and give me a ticket. That's what being Canadian is.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And then I go to buy gas, and I have to take a loan out on my apartment that I don't own to buy gas.
But at least every 4 years, we get to choose which white guy in a turban we're voting for.
That's what being Canadian is. It's fucking turning around and having a homeless guy 1 inch from your face going, duh!
Yeah. Oh, man. It's so bleak.
Being a Canadian is starting your car in the morning and turning around and finding a homeless guy sleeping in the back seat.
Yeah.
Going, can you turn the light off, dude? I was having really good dreams, actually.
Man, I can't even... Because I used to live in Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
I can't even fathom what it's like there now.
I think it's bad.
Because even when I lived there, and this was like 10 plus years ago,
yeah.
before Fent really showed up, it was already fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I had some homeless chicks just like... I was living in this basement,
yeah,
and it had there's a ground level door that goes into a little laundry room, and then there's like another door that was into like my apartment.
Right.
And one day I just walk out, and there's this like junkie chick passed out in the laundry room.
Oh my God.
And like with like fucking needles scattered everywhere.
You know what it is? Being Canadian is finding that girl and going, she probably needs talk therapy.
Well, okay, literally, because at the time I was still enmeshed in like the horrible sort of proto-woke libtard scene.
Right.
So my roommates were all kind of like, we can't call the cops on her.
You know what the cops will do? They'll kill her.
We can't do anything that will make her leave. We just have to nicely ask her, and she's just all like,
excuse me, ma'am? Excuse me,
are you all right?
Do you want us to do something for you? Excuse me. Dude. Because I live like downtown now, I see that fucking all day. It'll be like a homeless guy like, and then some like little like mousy girl with stretched ears will be like, excuse me, sir. Do you want a piece of pizza or something? And he's like, and she's like, do you want to get a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
How about you and me go to a cafe?
How about we go on a date?
When was the last time you got a over the pants hand job at a coffee shop?
Would that make you feel better?
And Like it's fucking insane. And also he's like in a wheelchair, but his legs are like he's going like this.
Yeah.
And I see it like once a day when I go to like get a cup of coffee. It's like some mousy girl with like the biggest shoulder bag you've ever seen, being like, "Do you want to watch me knit?"
Yeah.
Like,
It's so crazy to me that it seems like, and this I don't even know if it just is a Canadian thing, or I don't know what the deal with homeless people is. My impression is in the States it's similar.
Mm-hmm.
But there doesn't seem to be like any politician ever who's like, I'm going to deal with the homeless.
No one is talking about it, really.
But I feel like that would be a winning fucking platform. Is like, one way or another, we're going to sort this out. And you're not going to have to look at them anymore.
Guess what? You're going to be able to ride the bus.
Yeah.
Would you like that? Would you like to not worry about your wife being on the bus alone?
Would you like to be able to go anywhere in public,
bro,
without the risk of getting stabbed with an AIDS syringe?
Dude, last summer, me and some buddies went out to the like conservatory.
Yeah.
Downtown. It was like beautiful. It was like a beautiful summer day. We were all hanging out, just walking around, taking in the views, having a gay old time.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, like there's this like picture like a scenic view of like our downtown skyline.
Yeah.
From the conservatory. And if you just pan down, there was a homeless guy face down in the grass with his butt cheeks out. We were all like, bro,
come on, man.
Come on. Like he's literally sleeping with his like face in the dirt and his butt cheeks out.
Well, you maybe see him more than I. I know there's been some like Sturm und Drang because like our government here has this like involuntary, they're putting homeless people in shipping containers or something. I saw people complaining about, but I can't say I've noticed a drop.
Nope.
But
I
think they should expand that program.
Well, what they're doing right now is they're flipping all of the. So before we had a bunch of hotels all around the core of the city.
Okay.
That were for like killing your wife and killing hookers.
Because I think they had some like it's like involuntary treatment.
Yeah,
and I've seen a bunch of people like bitching out about it, but there still seems to be a bunch of homeless people.
I'll tell you what. If you don't like involuntary treatment, do you think voluntary treatment has been working? No,
yeah.
They don't want it.
Maybe we should ditch the whole treatment angle and be like, you're living in a shipping container until you can act right. Here's the thing. It's basically we have this like Mario Kart course. And if you can pilot a golf cart through there without hitting anything or falling asleep, you can go back. I did see friend of the pod, Jagmeet Singh.
Oh, yeah.
Has a brilliant new... Because for our American listeners, we got an election coming up.
Yeah.
Has a brilliant new policy of, like, turning all the federal land into affordable housing. And usually the NDP are pretty reliably just, like, completely retarded on any issue you can imagine. They have the worst possible take.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, like, affordable housing in the middle of the Northwest Territories for all the homeless people. I actually support that.
I like that. Send them to the woods.
Yeah, just to like a big apartment like sort of like commie blocks, a huge thing of apartments.
A Call of Duty map.
In the middle of the woods with a big fence around it. a big tall fence with like guard towers.
Yeah. That sounds fine to me.
That actually sounds pretty good to me, Jagmeet.
Mr. Meat. Mr. Meat, I want to shake your hand. That's a great idea. I like that, Mr. Meat. Actually, my last name is Singh. I'm not calling you that. Your name's Mr. Meat.
Yeah, but like, why is nobody like? Listen, Pierre needs to turn this around, and I think if he said, all the homeless people, we're gonna send them to the woods.
If Pierre just went, if like he planted a reporter in the crowd to be like, Pierre, what are you gonna do about the homeless crisis? And he went like he looked at the camera and went, we're gonna deal with it. Yeah. Instant huge boost in the polls. Winks at the camera.
Because that's something that would like actually like markedly improve. Most people's quality, all but a a slim and smelly fraction of the population, it would improve their lives.
Yeah. Well, like, dude, how many people's lives would get better if they could like not worry about their wife on the bus?
Yeah, because now it's like my mom just like won't go places.
No, why would you?
You know?
Yeah. If you're like a woman, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because like she used to go to like White Ave and shop and stuff. But then a couple years ago, she went to like try out some pizza place.
Yeah.
She's talking about how she was like stepping over a dead body to go there, and now she just like doesn't go out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's probably the case for a lot of people, where it's just like for huge swaths of the city.
Yeah.
You just don't go there.
No, I mean look at Central Downtown, City Center.
Yeah,
dude, that's straight. For those who don't know, City Center Mall is. You remember in what's that movie? What's that? The zombie movie in the mall.
It's like Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. It's literally Dawn of the Dead. Like it's a huge shopping mall that was built in the 80s.
Yeah.
That is now literally infested with zombies. Like there's
every
business in there is like closed.
Yeah, I went there the other day, or not the other day, a couple months ago, and just did a little walkthrough. And yeah, it's like
there's nothing there.
It's like 60% of the stalls are empty.
Yeah.
There's like 2 mysterious diamond stores.
Right. That are for like stolen.
Like a Shoppers.
Yeah.
And a bunch of homeless people.
Like sleeping everywhere and like yelling. And it's like this place is like totally overrun, and it's in the core of the downtown, like right next to all the like big businesses.
Yeah.
And their HQs is this like infection zone.
Well, yeah, downtown Edmonton is like in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
How like they have all these big like towers.
Yeah.
But like the streets are all full of Chinese people. Downtown Edmonton is kind of a riff on that.
Yeah, but instead of Chinese guys, it's just
zombies, homeless guys.
Yeah.
But I've even gone like the handful of times I've gone to like Oilers games.
Yeah.
You go downtown and it's like there's a hockey game.
Yeah.
And you'll be on a street that has like no stores.
Yeah.
No people. There's some guy pushing a shopping cart down the block.
Yeah.
And otherwise it's just like dead zone.
Yeah. There's nothing. When we recorded those outdoor episodes downtown, like right next to where the Oilers play, it was so peaceful.
Yeah.
In the heart of downtown on like a Saturday.
Well, we were up a couple levels because if we were down on the ground.
Oh, it would have been like, what are you doing? Hey, man, have you seen Chris?
Yeah. What? But it's just this like insane problem that's totally ruining everywhere.
Yeah. It's like literally having like swarms of like locusts everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like having like huge swarms of like human-sized spiders everywhere. Yeah. Just sort of like perched and staring.
Just waiting to cause trouble. And you know what? I don't think I'm a hard-hearted guy.
No.
I think when we send them to the woods, we'll also give them a supply of all the fent they can.
We'll give them a good old Canadian pat on the back. And a year's supply of HPV-infested Tim Hortons bagels.
We can set up like a Fent production facility, and they can make their own Fent, so it can be a fully self-sustaining community.
You know what they should do? We should have those people learn to make cell phones.
Yeah.
We need cell phone production in this country.
Yeah.
Those guys
desperately
need to know how to make phones.
We can sell them to BlackBerry.
We can make our own phones. It's called the can phone.
The can phone.
Yeah.
Elbow phone.
I'm the can phone. That is a can't phone. Oh, still using your Sacramento, California can't phone? I'm over here on my can phone.
Your can phone just like smells bad.
It's got a bunch of pictures of some dirty guy named Scott. The photo roll's full of like dirty dick pics of some guy named Scott. You're over there on your Chinese-made can't phone? Well, I'm over here calling my relatives toll-free on my can phone.
But yeah, something needs to be done. Pierre, if you're listening, Garnet Genius, if you're listening, and I know you are.
I know you guys are.
Promise you're going to deal, ding ding, with the homeless. Please.
I want to go anywhere after 7 p.m. I want to ride the bus.
I want to be able to stop at an intersection and not have to avoid eye contact with anybody.
Yeah, I don't want to get offered a magic rock when I'm shopping.
Or see some guy who carrying a fucking homemade sword.
Dude, I saw a homeless guy the other day. He had a shopping cart full of more bikes than I've ever seen in a shopping cart ever in my life. It was like 9 bikes in one shopping cart, and he was trying to get it up the curb. And bro, it was like
I'm sorry. There should be just grounds to arrest that guy.
Cops should be like, yeah, you're not allowed to do what you're doing.
Like, this was a couple years ago, but I was on White, and there's this guy just walking, and he had like, it basically looked like a scythe. And I was like, why is a cop not shooting this guy?
What I find funny too is like most people. There's also like where I live, like there's a not where I live, but like the downtown. There's a street preacher who's always there.
Right.
He's awesome. He's an African guy.
Oh, I think I've
totally
seen
unintelligible, but he's always
he
like,
can't understand a single
you need to
word.
stop. He's like a Britney Spears headset mic, and he stands on a Bluetooth speaker. He's like 5'3", and he just goes, "You need to stop the fornications. Everyone is fornicating. No more fornications." And people get so mad at that guy.
I see. I've seen him, yeah.
People are, dude, I probably talked about this in the pod, but I was like trying to cross the street. He stands at like a street corner. I was trying to cross, and he was like preaching, and I was waiting for it to say like you could cross. And then, so I'm like diagonal from the preacher. Mm-hmm. And on the side that I'm standing on, just fucked up little like stretch ear mouse chick with like a face tattoo walks up. Again, biggest bag you've ever seen, like a bag the size of like a car.
It's just full of Narcan.
Literally full of, because it's my job now. Because by the way, it's where I want to work at a coffee shop downtown, but it's my job to save a life now.
The most important thing is we keep as many of these guys around as possible.
He wants to live. That's why he pushes it every night. Anyway, so she pulls up. She's got this huge bag, and this fucking swag African guy is just telling you not to fuck or whatever.
Yeah.
No more pornographies.
I've heard that guy, and I have no clue what he wants.
Doesn't matter. It's awesome. He's really funny.
Yeah.
I actually love him.
Yeah, the African guy who shouts.
He shouts. He's really small, and he always talks about fornications. Mm-hmm. No more fornications.
No more fornications.
But this fuck-ass girl she was standing like beside me, waiting to cross the street, and she starts yelling back at him, which, first of all, getting volume mugged. He has a mic. You don't. Mm-hmm. And she was like, God is dead. Nothing matters. We're all gonna die. And part of me wanted to be like, then fucking kill yourself.
Yeah, just skip the middle, man.
Just kill yourself then. If that's how you feel, kill yourself.
Yeah.
What you walk around all day like that? Kill yourself.
Yeah, I've seen that a bunch. Back when I used to hang out on White more, where like that guy would post up and like the white guy.
I think he's retired. I think he passed the torch to the African, because I've only seen the African guy.
And yeah, so many people try and be like so like epic and be
Dude,
like,
it's so
actually
Reddit.
The flying spaghetti monsters.
It's so Reddit. Yeah, the guy's like handing out pamphlets. Literally, it's nothing but a good thing to be like, hey, because worst case scenario with this guy is that he's wrong, and you took a pamphlet. Best case scenario, you're getting into heaven.
Right.
Because you heard this guy out. Because you read his pamphlet and like thought about shit a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these people, they act like it's the fucking Crusades, and they're putting a fucking flower in the barrel of a musket, being like, you're not going to destroy my people.
Right.
And it's like, he's not, dude, fucking, I want to like be like security for this African guy and just be like, no, keep walking. Like,
keep walking.
Leave this fucking guy alone.
Keep walking, dumpy.
You're being so Reddit right now. You're getting mogged by this guy, because if you, dude, give you a mic, talk for 4 fucking hours on a street corner.
Yeah.
I bet you say the gayest shit of all time immediately.
Yeah.
You know?
I did see someone post on Twitter the other day. I thought it was kind of funny. It was, they were just posting like, whoever, it was, you know, the famous fat guy atheist fedora picture?
Yeah.
It was like, this picture has saved more souls than any missionary alive.
Dude, atheism is embarrassing.
It is now, yeah.
It's so embarrassing.
But like when I was coming up, everyone was all like, you know, Richard Dawkins and Ricky Gervais and stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, the test of time has kind of made, I think, at least a lot more people realize, like, don't bother with all that shit.
This is gay.
You know?
It's also a really unpleasant way to walk around every day.
Yeah.
To be like, oh wow, none of this matters, and I'm just a monkey on a rock, dude.
I'm just a piece of meat on a stick, man.
Yeah. Okay, then what's your soul?
Yeah.
Oh, then what? Okay, then why do you yearn?
But
you're just a monkey? Well, then why are you yearning for things?
Why do you yearn?
Straight up, why do you yearn?
Thankfully, but it is probably literally true that fat guy, when he decided to put that fedora on and take that picture, ended up doing more than like every guy in a suit going door to door.
Yeah.
People
saw
filtering water in Africa or whatever.
People saw that and were like, oh,
Or when r/atheism did their thread faces of r/atheism.
Yeah.
And they're all
that
little goblins.
Well, it's just like I've never. I don't think I've ever, and this, I'm not trying to make a blanket statement or anything, but I don't think I've ever met anyone in my personal life who was like a outspoken atheist who also had a good life and was really happy.
Yeah. Because being like hardcore into it is just kind of a miserable existence.
It's a shitty way to go about everything. Like everything sucks then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why you end up like with like a bag the size of a car trying to like resuscitate homeless people for some reason. It's like, what? God wouldn't do it, so I did. It's like, no, God has a different plan for this guy. I let God's plan.
God invented trank for a reason.
Look, if God didn't want people to OD, he would have made it so you could do as much as you want, and it's fine. God has a different plan for this guy.
For Scott here.
For Trent, God's plan involves a different path. But yeah, it was just like I wanted to like punch this lady. I was like, you got to stop right now.
Yeah.
Because I also wanted to. I love that African guy so much.
Yeah. Leave him alone.
He's legit awesome, and he always has like really funny. He had a really funny shirt on one time that was like. The back of it said like he always comes first or something, and I was like, dude, you're so funny.
Yeah,
you're awesome. Like that guy rules.
Yeah, the swag African street preacher.
No more fornicating.
Stop the fornication.
Probably true. A lot of people could benefit from not having so much raw booty sex on every weekend. A lot of people could benefit from not fucking all the time. I feel like that's detrimental to your mental health to be fucking every week.
Yeah.
Someone new, you know? Be hooking up.
No more fornication.
Do not be fornicating. He's so swag. We should try to get him on the pod.
Unironically, yeah.
That'd be really cool. He's probably sick. He's probably really funny.
Yeah, he can bring his own Bluetooth speaker and stuff.
Yeah, and he'll stand on it behind us and scream.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, this was fun.
Wrap this one up. Roll over into dark mode, Chrome boys.
We'll go dark mode.
Yeah.
So remember, as guys who take in red pill incel ideology,
we're answering the call of here this week's call of the manosphere.
Yeah.
5-star Spotify.
Yeah. 5-star Spotify.
Watch 30 seconds. Maybe drop a reel on the YouTube version.
That would be awesome.
If you have an Apple phone, maybe 5 stars Apple.
5 stars Apple. And if you're listening to us on some Russian pirating website, I hope tomorrow is better than today.
Yeah. That's no reason not to go to the real ones. And 5-star Apple.
Sorry you're doing that.
All right.
Later, fellas.